Hi, I'm Kristen Hickman from the University of Minnesota Law School. I co-author Federal Administrative Law Cases and Materials with Dick Pierce. I wrote this casebook because it gave me an opportunity to work with Dick, who is one of the foremost scholars in administrative law in the United States of his generation, and who is the author of the leading treatise on the topic, the Administrative Law Treatise, that originated with Ken Davis back in the 1950s. And of course, Ken Davis was the administrative law scholar of his generation. So the opportunity to work with Dick and as the co-author of that treatise, or as the author of that treatise, was simply an opportunity I couldn't pass up. Our book is special because it achieves a nice balance of theoretical sophistication and pragmatic real-world application. We included in the book, in just about every topic, at least one discussion problem that was based on a real-world case or scenario that, from our experience, people in federal administrative practice actually have to grapple with an eye toward allowing students to look at the theoretical perspective, but then try to apply it. And I think we achieved that balance pretty well with this book. We bring the content of the book to life through a series of discussion problems. Every chapter, every subchapter has at least one discussion problem that's based on a real-world case or a scenario that, from our experience, someone dealing with an agency or in an agency would have to face, so that students can take the theoretical lessons that they learn from reviewing the cases or the article excerpts in the book, and they can try to apply them and have an opportunity to discuss how they would apply them, how courts might apply the concepts, how people working for agencies might apply the concepts, how lawyers having to interact with agencies might apply those concepts. I'm really excited about the second edition of the book. What we've tried to do there is add some additional material to add flexibility to the ways that professors can use the book. So many law schools now are offering a legislation and regulation type course to their first year law students, and then having to follow up on that with an advanced administrative law course. Other law schools teach the more traditional 3-credit or 4-credit administrative law course without that kind of introduction. And so we've added in the second edition some additional material to make the book more flexible so that professors who are trying to teach the material in different combinations have options. I think that people who have used the first edition will find the transition to the second edition very easy. We're not making a lot of changes structurally. Most of what we're doing in the second edition is adding additional material to give the book more flexibility. But to the extent that there is new material, the teacher's manual will go a long way toward helping smooth that transition period. I really like our teacher's manual. When I first started teaching administrative law, I had a very difficult time because there are so many secondary source materials out there on every topic in administrative law, and it can be really hard to figure out what to read to get the background that you need to teach any given class session. For every topic in the book, our teacher's manual provides a short list of law review articles and other secondary sources to help the professor who's new to the area familiarize themselves very quickly with the background and the issues that are part of the scholarly discussion. Something new that we've just introduced this year, and that I'm tying particularly to the second edition of the casebook, is a website for our textbook. We created the website to make teaching the course fun and dynamic and current and easy for the professor. The website has sample syllabi. It has case excerpts from new cases that we post shortly after those cases are decided. It has excerpts of statutes and regulatory materials to accompany many of the cases and enrich the teaching of those cases. Sometimes we post new discussion problems or handouts that supplement the material in the casebook but aren't in the casebook themselves. What's not to love about the law? It's about history, it's about people, it's about how we solve the problems that face our world. When I was an undergraduate, I was lucky enough to have a really wonderful history professor who was a specialist in early modern European history. And I learned so much from him about humanity and about the relationships between people, not just then, but now. And the law is really about human relationships and how we all get along in the world together.